Impulse responses, can't live without them. Recently, I've been miking up my Real Engel XXL 4x12 cabinet, and while it's fun and useful, it's also very loud. So not ideal. And I've also never made an impulse response myself. I wouldn't know how to do that. So wouldn't it be cool if you could create your own IRs inside of your computer without the need of a real cabinet? Well, yeah, you absolutely can. And I've fallen in love all over again with this method recently. And of course, I'm talking about the Meco 2 plugin or standalone app by ML Sound Lab. I featured it on the channel before in my review, but as I said, I've sort of rediscovered it. So I think you'll be seeing a lot more of Meco 2 on the channel going forward, as it's a lot of fun and it's super flexible, and it's a great way to create your own IRs. Instead of being tied down to how the IR producer placed the mics and all that stuff. So you can really make your own personal sound with this platform. Now, in case you're not aware, Meco 2 has a whopping 38 cabinets inside of it to choose from. Now, that's a lot of cabinets to choose from. So you get a lot for your money. And by the way, talking about money, there will be a special discount code for you guys in the description and the comments down below so that you can get Meco 2 for yourself for a nice price. Anyway, so 38 cabinets from Fenders to Voxes, various types of Marshalls, Boogies, Orange, Engel, and all that good stuff. And then there are also 8 mic options to choose from that you can place all over the speaker and blend and move around. More on that in a minute. I was working on a video yesterday actually where I compared my Real EVH 5153 amplifier to a bunch of modeling platforms. That video was a lot of fun, by the way. And for all the IR tones, I used an IR that I created inside of Meco 2 myself based on the EDVH 4x12 cabinet, an obvious match for an EVH amplifier. And it sounded so good. Let's take a quick listen to how that IR sounded with this amplifier. Wonderful, so crunchy and just a great mid-range, and it definitely does have that sort of signature EVH tone, and that just works really well together with this amp. So that's a mic blend that I created. It's a blend between a 57 and an SM7B. Now what I'm going to do is grab one of those guitars in mono and then move the mics around a little bit and tweak the sound a little bit so you guys can sort of hear how I landed on the final mix. Check it out. Great. So again, it's a blend between a 57 and an SM7B. And I started with the 57, which is basically what I always start with. It's just a great mic for guitar tones. And then I added the SM7B to beef up the mid-range a bit and to thicken up the tone in general. And I think that those two mics work really well together with this cabinet. Now, all the included microphones have their own flavor. So, as I said, the SM57 is just a great mic for anything, basically. It always works. But something like the Ribbon 121 sounds a bit more fat and dark. So, I like to add that for cabinets that need a little bit extra low end. Or when a tone needs some extra sparkle in the top end, I like to add the Dynamic 421, for example. And so every mic has its own flavor and its own purpose. Let's also take a quick listen to all the included microphones so you can get an idea of how they all sound. Great, so you can either stick with one microphone or blend them together to taste. You can even blend different types of cabinets together. Now, as you saw, just as in the real world, you can move the mics around to find the sweet spot for you, and that can have a drastic effect on the tone. You can fine-tune the cap edge position, the distance, tilt, and one thing that I didn't even realize this plugin was capable of is that each side of the speaker has its own tone. So you can move the mic around and you will notice that each side of the speaker or each vector has a different flavor, just as in real life. So that's what the angle control is for. Let's grab the SM57 and try all those controls and move the mic around so you can kind of hear how that affects the tone. Check it out. Now, if that wasn't enough, Miko 2 also features a built-in equalizer with a low-pass filter and a high-pass filter, and 5 bands that allow you to fine-tune the tone even further. So this gives you even more control over the end result. Let's try that out real quick. Now last week I actually made a bunch of my own mixes for this plugin, SDS mixes, and I'd like to share them with you guys so that you can load them into your own copy of Miko 2. So you'll find a link to all those presets in the description and the comments down below as well. And I also want to mention another feature that I really like about this plugin, and that's that you're able to export your mixes into an actual IR file so that you can use those IRs on your own hardware modeler, like your Axe-Fx, your Helix, or your Quad Cortex, etc. So that means you're not even constrained to the actual software inside your computer. And that's really powerful and great. And I've already started using that feature a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I think that it sounds awesome. By the way, nobody asked me to make this video. I made it out of my own initiative because of my excitement about this product. But I'm very proud to say that I found a new partnership with ML Sound Lab when it comes to IRs and cab tones. So I'm very excited to be using their IRs and cab projects moving forward. So you'll be seeing a lot of that on the channel. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, as that really helps the channel out. I'd really appreciate it. Of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram, and also check out my Ko-Fi web store where I sell Quad Cortex captures and stuff. And let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the Miko 2 plugin. All right, guys, see you soon. Cheers.